Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you some foraging spots, but we're going to focus on the rarer plant and animal resources. These foraging locations are hotspots, meaning you'll be able to find many in a small general area. As far as the rare resources go, I want to focus on fireweed, Hydnum mushrooms, and turtle eggs. These resources I know I've struggled to find when I needed them the most for herbal mixes and cooking buffs, and so I'm making this video because maybe you have too. So let's go and get some fireweed first. The first location is at this lake near the forest crash landing site and it has 3 rivers feeding into it. You'll want to go to the easternmost tributary and just look around the edge of the lake. If you didn't know, you use fireweed to make a health mix plus with aloe and horsetail, and then you could also use it to make an energy mix plus with arrowleaf and devil's club. This location is also a great spot for other resources. Here you'll find a ton of yarrow and shiitake. Once you have foraged this area right along the edge of the lake, if you head over to the path where there is a junction, you'll also find some more fireweed, and it's right here where I basically filled up on my inventory in just this one general area. So the next fireweed foraging location is located on the southwestern side of the island. On my GPS, I'm basically looking right at the exit of Cave D, that being the cave where you find the golden armor, the rifle, the giant spaceship, among other things. There's actually a lot you can find in that cave. I'm on the opposite side of the river from the exit, and if you turn around and walk up the hill, you'll be able to find quite a few plants. I'm speeding things up and taking some clips out so that the relevant portions of my foraging expedition fit within this segment, but in this area I was able to find 16 fireweed plants. That's all I want to show you for fireweed. Let's move on to the Hydnum mushrooms next. Okay, so for the Hydnum mushrooms, you're really not going to see them in clusters like you do other plants, but I have found that if you can find one, you could find more in the general area. It's just that the general area is much larger. So let's start with this location. This is on the southeastern side of the island and on top of what I believe is the highest waterfall in the game, and there's this lake. On the other side of the lake, you should be able to find quite a few Hydnums. So you could cook Hydnums with all the other mushrooms in the game and make cream of mushroom soup. The cooking buff works so that you become less visible to the enemies in such a way that when you crouch, you're less visible to them than if you were crouching without the buff. And just around this lake, I was able to find 8 Hydnum mushrooms. And that number may seem kind of low, but Hydnums can be rather difficult to find, and this side of the map is what I considered undeveloped, so finding that many here is pretty good, and who knows, you might be able to find more. But let's move on to the next location, which I consider to be the gold mine for Hydnum mushrooms. The next location is at the golf course, and I'm standing at the bunker that has the pistol and the fire axe. The mushrooms are located within the strip of trees separating these 2 fairways that are straight ahead. I want to warn you that this location is very active with enemies. The enemies are definitely guarding the bunker, and there are a couple of grave sites in the area. To give you an idea of how active this area is, it took me nearly an hour to forage this area because I was fighting off enemies so frequently. So come prepared. It is worth it though, because within this strip of trees, I was able to find 18 Hydnums, and then there are also 2 Hydnums located at the pond directly to the west of the trees. Next, let's go to places to get some turtle eggs. Go to the beach. In all seriousness, the sea turtles are the ones that'll give you eggs, not the freshwater turtles that you'll see hanging around the lakes and the ponds in the game. Once you get accustomed to the game, you'll get a sense of which locations pay out turtle eggs better than others. I have 2 go-to spots. The first location is the eastern side of the beach with the raft. Usually the turtles there spawn and lay eggs pretty quickly. And that's the problematic thing about turtle eggs. You're at the mercy of when the turtles lay eggs after they spawn. There have been times where I've built a chair, sat there and waited, and other times they provide right away. Like I said, I could usually get eggs pretty quickly at the beach with the raft, and so if I'm in the area, I will try my luck. The second location is near the helipads on the northeastern side of the map. Of my 2 go-to locations, this beach is the more reliable place to get eggs. The turtles are usually on the beach by the time I arrive, and the eggs are laid fairly quickly. Now, you can get lucky going elsewhere. For instance, if you have a hang glider, you can fly all around the shores of the beach and look down to search for turtles. I did this for this video and actually was able to get even more turtle eggs at some unexpected locations. If you haven't noticed, you usually get 4 eggs, but they do crack open after a little bit of time. Oh my god, there's little baby turtles! I never knew that. That's so cute. Aww. I seriously had no idea babies hatched from the eggs, and it's probably because I grab them so quickly, but I love the game even more now. There are 2 recipes you can make with eggs, and those are eggnog in the kitchen sink. Eggnog will give you cooking buffs for your rest and warmth, so it's a good recipe to use just before calling it a night during the winter months. The kitchen sink doesn't provide cooking buffs, but you'll get an increase on all of your meters, and that includes a health boost. Alright, I think that about wraps it up for this foraging video. Do you have some other foraging locations for the resources I covered in today's video? If so, tell us about it in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Other than that, I think that's going to do it for today, guys. My name is Heather. Thank you so much for letting me put my game on for you, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!